What's up, everybody? Jed Johnson here from DieselCrew.com. Of course, you know they call me Napalm. This is video number 1 of 31 Days of Q&A. It's a surprise feature that I'm bringing back this year because I did a terrible job with it in 2020. I think I only got like 3 or 4 videos up. But I'm ahead now. This year, I am answering questions that are emailed to me. This is an initiative to grow my email newsletter. I haven't been doing much of that, and that's what I'm doing this year. So, in order to get your question featured in the 31 Days of Q&A, you must be an email subscriber. You must reply to one of the emails that I send out with a 31 Days of Q&A video linked inside of it. Okay? The first question that I'm covering today has to do with something that I just covered with one of my coaching clients, Clint, who recently hurt his back, and he said he wasn't doing anything. It just popped out on him, which I've had those injuries too. They're probably some of the most frustrating that there are when it comes to back training. But he wanted to know what he could do for training while he was hurt. And I shared with him 3 exercises that I continue to do even in times when my back is killing me. Luckily, I haven't had back injuries that were that severe in the last few years. But going back years and years, I was always able to do these 3 exercises that I'm going to tell you about when my back was hurt, and it allowed me to get good quality work in, keep the strength training going, keep the blood flowing. First off, I absolutely love doing dips when my back is hurting. I think the reason is because my hips end up tractioning the spine as I'm going through that up and down motion of the dip. Another similar exercise, but I wasn't thinking of this initially, is pull-ups. That bouncing as you move up and down of both the dips and the pull-ups tractions the back, it mobilizes it. Sometimes I'll get a nice therapeutic adjustment in my spine or in my hips or in my tailbone, my SI joint, while I'm doing these things. Sometimes on dips, I'll even use the dip belt to pull down even more. Now, I'm not saying that you should definitely do that because I don't know what your back injury is, but these are things that I do in my training to continue to be able to lift. So dips, sometimes even with weight. Pull-ups, I got 2 more for you. I love doing pull downs as well. Makes sense seeing how pull-ups often help me out. But with pull downs, I wedge my legs underneath that pad. I load that thing up heavy, and I'm able to pull big time. So I'm able to get good quality back work, some shoulder work, some arm work, and I'll use a variety of bars to change up the angles in order to hit those things as well as I possibly can. So there's another one for you that could help you out in order to kill more than one bird with one stone. Get your back training in, get your shoulder work in, and get your arm stimulus in, and grow those biceps, even when you're hurt, brother. And then the final one, and this is something that probably I just discovered in the last 5 years, I guess, is as long as I can get the dumbbells up pain-free, I can do standing press leaning against a near vertical incline bench or a military press bench. So if you can imagine, if I can get the dumbbells up, it might not be comfortable to stand here and do the press, but I can wedge myself back against the wall, do presses like this, and as long as the dumbbells aren't hitting the wall, I'm in the clear, brother. So it's nice if you have an incline bench that you can set up to nearly vertical, or if you have a military bench like I have at my home gym, you can stand right against that thing. It helps you with the stability. You can get good quality work in. The one thing I've noticed is sometimes picking the weights up to shoulder height bothers me. Sometimes lowering them bothers me. So you do have to be careful with that. So again, there's 3 exercises that you can do. You can hit your upper body really hard and get some good quality work in, even though you're hurt. Lower body is a little bit different. See, most of the time, with the exception of squat variations and deadlift variations, I can do any leg exercise that I want to. Rear foot elevated split squats, TKEs, glute kickbacks, things like that. Those are awesome exercises that can allow you to get good quality work in even when your back is hurt. So really this video turned into like 7 examples of stuff that you can do, but those 3 ones that I highlighted, the dips, pull downs, and the leaning against the incline bench for overhead press, those are 3 things that I've done dozens and dozens of times, even though I was hurt. And one thing I'll throw in there is if you can't bend over and pick things up, training your grip, you can still attach some of the implements to a cable pull down, which allows you to do some grip training with a variety of implements. So there you go, brother. Video 1 in the 31 days of Q&A, all ready for you. Remember, go to dieselcrew.com, sign up for my Diesel Files, or sign up for one of my other various newsletters. If you can't find one of my newsletters, then email me at jed.diesel@gmail.com, and I'll put you on the email newsletter of your choice. But I'm only answering emails from people who, or I'm only answering questions from people who email me as a way to get more people on my newsletter. So, hope that helps. If so, give it a big one of these. Make sure to subscribe, and all the best in your training. Take care.